What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 58 of the Tastecast, our weekly podcast where we talk about things, we react to things, we do a bunch of random shit. My name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
I'm Chris.
A quick reminder, we're in a new month, so make sure to play Mad Max and Trackmania Turbo. Both are free on PlayStation Plus. Play those. Come back at the end of the month for Plus Club. We'll be talking about our experiences with those games. Let us know yours. And our game of the month is Persona 5. Chevy picked it, so we'll be playing it. Make sure to play that. Come back at the end of the month for Game of the Month, and we'll do the same thing. Also, we have Discord. Make sure to join that. It's down in the description box. Click that. Go in there. Conversation goes on well beyond the videos. So watch the videos. Come talk to us afterwards. Yeah. So with every Tastecast, we typically talk about what we've been playing. But first, something that I'm trying to get in the motion of doing every month is game releases. So we are in April. So we're going to go through a list and talk about if there's anything worth picking up this month. So yeah, it's as of recording the 6th. So Minute has already come out, which I believe is Devolver Digital's new game.
Yep.
I have not seen a whole lot on that, but
I haven't either, but I've been hearing positive things.
I've been hearing a lot of good things. A game called Penny Punching Princess came out the 3rd.
No idea.
I have no idea either. On the 10th, we have a game called Extinction coming out for everything. Don't know what that is either. Wild Guns Reloaded, which is a remaster of a game that came out way back in the day, a 2D game, coming out on Switch the 17th. Yakuza 6, The Song of Life, comes out for PS4 on the 17th. I know Josh will be very excited for that. Total War Saga, Thrones of Britannia, comes out on PC on the 19th. God of War comes out on PS4 the 20th. Very excited for that. We'll talk about that some more. And Nintendo Labo finally comes out the 20th as well on Switch, and that includes the Robot Kit and the Variety Kit. And then we have Adventure Time Pirates of Ankh-Brown coming out on everything the 24th, and South Park's Fractured Butthole coming out on Switch the 24th. Any of those stand out to you guys?
I think we're all going to say God of War.
No, I hate it.
Otherwise, no, not really.
None?
No.
I am curious about Minute. I want to look further into it, but I know they have the Sword of Ditto, wherever the hell, coming out soon. That one,
looks cool.
That one looks really cool. It's multiplayer. It's like top down. I don't know if there's loot, but that'd be great if there was. That one looks awesome, but this one looks pretty cool too. And I keep seeing it popping up on Twitter, and people keep saying like, "Oh, this game's awesome. This game's really fun." Blah blah blah. So I should probably look into it. Yakuza though, really interested in that one as well. It seems like they're popping them out fucking left and right now though.
Well, it seems like after, what was it, Zero?
Yeah.
Was successful.
And then Kiwami.
And then, Kiwami. And then they're doing the next one.
Yeah, they're doing Yakuza 2 Kiwami.
Yeah. And then now 6. So we might actually get all of them on one console, which would be kind of cool.
That'd be crazy if they released every single fucking one. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of Kiwamis.
That'd be a lot of happy Josh.
That'd be a lot of happy Josh. And a lot of happy Josh is a lot of happy Seth. So I gotta deal with fucking him going, but I didn't get a Yakuza this year. Because he does that all the time and I can't stand
Yeah, that's totally him.
Yeah. That's what he sounds like when he talks. Hey, Seth, how's it going? I hope he doesn't see this episode.
First off, not enough swearing in there.
Man, fucking Seth, how the fuck is it fucking going, man?
Now we're getting closer to Josh.
There's a Yakuza fucking coming out. I can't do it.
Sorry, Josh.
Yeah, love you, dude. And then yeah, God of War. Can't wait. That's the first day buy. That game looks awesome. We watched a thing recently on that. Make sure to go back and check that out. Yeah. Yeah. Anything else? Chris, thoughts?
No.
No, not me. No thoughts from me.
No thinking.
Nothing. Mm-mm. Just vapid.
I like to listen to you guys talk. I like the Josh impressions. That's why I come here.
I'm just here.
Let us know in the comments. What games are you excited for coming out this month? Have you picked up anything that's come out this month already? And what are you excited for in general? Let us know. But yeah, let's jump into what we've been playing. My list is actually really short.
Mine too.
Chris is thinking about his. But yeah, I'll jump into mine first. Played. Actually, you go first.
Okay. Been playing Persona 5,
Trying to figure out how I want to go
beat
about
it.
this. Yeah.
I believe I am getting close. Hard to talk about this game, man. There's a calendar in the game that you have to follow. So every time you do something, a day goes by in the game, or half a day, depending. And there is a finite number. So the game is going to end. There's no like being able to just run around and like grind out or anything like that. You have to plan your days. So, and I am running out of calendar, so I'm pretty sure I'm getting close to
We're
done.
all running out of calendar, man.
Well, we are
Fucking A. Preach.
deep.
You're talking. Yeah, you're talking my language now. Welcome to the fucking Sadcast.
Got the Yaku helmet in Monster Hunter, and then when we're done recording, I have to go check out the Spring Festival, which I have not got a chance to do yet.
Yep.
Yes.
And I'm trying to think of if there's anything else before I say the last one. There's not. So
Well, there's two that we're gonna share.
two. Are we bringing?
Two.
Are we bringing up the one from 2 weeks ago? Oh,
Might
okay.
as well. But
Well, then played Far Cry 5 with Seth both times.
Yep.
I'm mixed on the game. I don't want to go too far into it because I haven't played it enough to have a solid opinion. But there are things I really like. There are things that I struggle with in this type of game anyways, mainly the sandbox nature of the game. And there are things I'm hoping will get better. Specifically, I haven't really found a gun I like in that game yet. So
the game's weird. It starts you out with a lot of shit weapons. It's like it's artificially trying to make you feel like when you do get the good weapons, and once you get the good weapons, that's how the game should feel the whole time. Even if they're lesser weapons, the beginning weapons, like they all have like shit fucking accuracy and don't do any damage and shit. They give you the bow right in the beginning, so it's like you can just stealth through anything right from the beginning, which I thought was really weird. I feel that for sure, but there's well, and you're gonna have the hurdle anyway because you're not huge on sandbox games, and even me with my attention span, it's hard for me to like stick to things. So I've like made sure now when I play open world games that I just fucking do the storyline. If I find something intriguing on that journey, I'll do it, but I don't make it a priority to go through and do every little thing, especially in this fucking game, because there's a lot. It's an Ubisoft game. Those motherfuckers like to fill their games with so much shit that you never have to leave the game.
yeah.
And because I know that's their design, I'm like, I'd like to see the storyline, so I'm going to play it.
I am, however, looking forward to messing around with the arcade system because it seems really cool, and I'm glad that someone besides Halo is doing stuff like that. So yeah, I'm excited to try that out and to see what people make. So
Yeah, to explain that real quick, because I also have been playing primarily Far Cry 5 since it came out. I've beaten it.
Yeah.
I beat it, I think, Monday night. My opinions on it went from love it to it's okay to fucking love it, which has been a roller coaster. It's been weird. I actually been writing a review. It will be the first review I've done in a while, and I'm gonna do it up really cool. So that'll come out hopefully next week. But yeah, that whole course of like writing it out whilst playing it, I like already had like fucking graded it. And I was like, talking about some of my things about like, blah, blah, blah. And then like I beat it and I'm like, I'm deleting that and fucking regrading it. So, but yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, the arcade system's really interesting because like there's the single player you can play with a friend in co-op, do the whole thing with somebody, which is awesome. But then in the arcade mode, it has single player, cooperative, and versus maps that everybody playing the game can create, so people can make single player experiences, cooperative experiences, and versus experiences. I've already made a map myself for adversarial modes, deathmatch and team deathmatch. It has really, really good tools. I think some of the best you can get on a console. It's a little technical, but it's not too bad. But the thing that's really cool about it is you make these things, you publish them. It has really good tools to let you know if it meets the criteria, making sure your map isn't broken. It has all the base minimum things it needs to be usable by people. And then people can play those. They can rate them. You have a 5-star thing. They'll show the average of what people are ranking it. And yeah, there's pretty much at that point endless content. And the thing that's really cool about it is as you play these things, you have a level in arcade that will go up. And that's pretty much just to show everybody like, oh, I'm level 11. But every time you level, you get money and perk points that you can use in arcade and in single player, so they cross over together, which is a really smart system because it's really pushing the community to kind of dictate what multiplayer is in that game. I guess people are already making. I already played one; it was horrible, but A for effort. Battle Royale. Though there's a lot of maps for that already, which the system is perfect for. You can make a huge map with random weapons everywhere, but yeah, the arcade is really cool. I want to reserve a little bit of what I have to say about the game though, just because I am writing that review and it's fucking long so far, so I have a lot to say about it. But like I've already said, I did very much enjoy it. I know the end is very divisive amongst a lot of people. I won't say anything about it. I ended up liking it quite a bit. So if you guys beat it and you know what I'm talking about, every aspect of the ending I like. So yeah, that'll be coming out soon. I'll talk about it in greater detail. But I do think you have a point with the weapons. I would say about mid-tier to end-tier weapons are all awesome. Scopes make a huge difference because the game has a slight to very extreme aim assist, and it depends on the scope you're using. So if you're using a weapon with a shit scope, you're not going to aim as well as like somebody who's using a better scope because it's going to lock on.
I already noticed that.
Yeah.
Especially in a vehicle, the auto aim is really
Generous?
aggressive.
Generous, dude.
Well, I don't even know if I could go generous. I literally was
headshots
aiming
left
at
and right with that
something,
thing.
and it just pulled my gun. I was like,
Oh.
wow, okay.
I've drove. Check out the Twitter, fucking Tasty Loot Gaming. I have videos of me like driving by people and I just go and fucking shoot a guy in the head as he drives by. And I was like, I couldn't even do that fucking out of this vehicle. That's ridiculous. But yeah, Far Cry 5 is awesome. I haven't been able to stop playing it. They just have their new event that came out. I think it's going on for like 7 days, something like that. It's burn 20 animals without using flamethrowers or Molotov cocktails. Pro tip: use incendiary arrows, incendiary shotgun shells, and incendiary grenades. Shoot them not directly at them because they'll probably blow up. That's probably the best way to do it. And within the first day, the community goal of it got met. It was like some odd thousand.
It was 3 times as much when I played.
175,000 people, or 175,000 animals burned. And by the time I had logged in the day it released after work, it had already been met.
Oh, it was more than 3 times then because it was like at 800 some thousand when I logged in.
Yeah. Yeah, it was at 500 when I logged in. So I was like, shit, okay, they need to up that bar a bit. I think they underestimated how many people are playing the game. So there was an outfit that got released for that, which was really cool. And the weapon you get is a flamethrower. I haven't seen it, though.
Side note, Ubisoft's second fastest selling IP.
What, the game?
Or game, I mean.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. The hype behind this was huge. It was crazy, and I think it meets the hype. I think it's completely worth it. But yeah, enough about Far Cry 5. Unless you have more to say on it.
No.
You're just mixed on it.
Yeah, until I play it more. But my current stand on it is I don't think I should have personally spent $60 on it right now. So.
Ooh, rough.
Kind of rough, but yeah.
Also, for anybody playing the game and you haven't gotten too far into it, I would highly suggest to you, and this is just my own personal preference, but I think I'm right on this. There's 3 lieutenants you have to take out, part of the Seed family, before you get to the last guy. That's not a spoiler. That's just the fucking setup that way. And I would save Faith for last. Her story arc is ambitious and interesting and really fucking cool. And the other 2 are not necessarily bad, but they're not as good. So if you want a really good experience and a really good end experience, I would save her for the last one you go after, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, anything you want to say on Far Cry 5, Chris, at all?
I don't have it yet.
Yeah. Oh, one thing too, real quick, I want to mention: soundtrack's fucking phenomenal, or the score's phenomenal. I've been just going nuts over it ever since I started playing the game. The guy who composed it, Dan. Oh God. Oh no, what's his name? I don't remember. He did Beasts of the Southern Wild back in 2012, a movie that had a really, really cool soundtrack. So it's interesting to hear him do this one. He does all the more like country bluegrass type music. It's all really good. But then a group that I'm actually a really big fan of, Hammock, did the ambient tracks, which I think are fucking phenomenal. So if you're like a music person, you're into like, just listening to stuff, it has a phenomenal soundtrack. You can listen to the whole thing on YouTube. And I would definitely suggest checking it out because it is like top notch. I've been listening to it nonstop. Music, it's awesome. So, and I tweeted him and they all fucking reacted to it. It was dope as shit. I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. Fanboy. Anyway, another game you played that I also played, A Way Out.
Yep.
We actually streamed the whole fucking game. So if you want to watch the whole game from beginning to end, me and Chevy playing it, just talking it up the whole time, fucking go check that out. That game was fucking better than I thought it was going to be.
I'm actually going to just outright say it. I think it's a must-play game.
So do I. For $30? Fuck
Yeah.
That, and I want to do a review for this too, but that game really fucking surprised me. I already knew I was going to like it. I didn't think I was going to love it. I also didn't think, starting the game out, I was like, in case you don't know, A Way Out is essentially two dudes meet each other in prison. They have no reason to know each other. They kind of get into a situation where they have to talk to each other, and they both realize they both have a common enemy, a dude named Harvey, that they're both trying to get back at. So they devise a plan to escape from prison. I'll leave it at that point.
Yeah, you can't say too much after that.
No, I don't want to. Although the hospital scene is them showing the fuck off.
Oh, yeah.
The guys who made that game.
Oh, yeah.
That was such a fucking...
That was a treat.
That was a treat, dude. I like just playing that, I was like, these guys are showing off. This is ridiculous. But I think the biggest thing about that game that really impressed me, outside of just the amount of things you do that's not shooting people, I would say like 10% of the game you shoot people. Mm-hmm. Most of that game is just story, interactions, and experience, and the cooperative experience, which is really cool. But the thing that I really loved about the game is character development.
Yep.
The beginning of the game, I was like, these guys are generic, whatever. Like, the game's all about escaping prison. This will be fun. By the end of the game, I was like, I like both these fucking characters. Mm-hmm. They both grew on me, and they didn't grow on me in the sense of like, we're gonna make these guys grow on them. But like as characters who were getting to know each other, they grew on each other, and through that, they opened up as characters to not only themselves, but the people playing the game. Mm-hmm. Because in the beginning they're very basic, but they don't know each other. So why the fuck would they, reveal how they are naturally? But as they go on and on and on, the one guy who's kind of a dick constantly kind of becomes kind of like this goofy dude who's kind of like simple, but like to the point. And the other guy who's like more reserved and like, not very revealing, becomes more like caring and sympathetic to the dude. So the game all around is fucking fantastic.
The other thing I want to say too, and it won't spoil anything, is it is definitely designed to be beaten twice.
Definitely.
So
yeah, I want to play it through again as the other characters.
You should play it with Chris.
I should play with Chris.
He doesn't even have to buy it.
Nope.
One copy, two people can play.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And that's another thing too, though. This game is not single player at all.
Not.
You have to play with somebody, whether it's on the same screen, has split screen, that's how we played, or online. And like Chevy said, it comes with a code. You can let somebody play with you. I think it's only the one person though, because it's a code they have to put in.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
But it's still allowing somebody to play the game with you.
I know for sure.
And you can beat the game in 6 hours. So if you have like 6 hours, you want to like experience something really cool, definitely fucking play this game. It's $30, dude. Like it's really fucking good. It deserves the money, I hope. And IGN actually wrote an article that I thought was really good. They're saying that that even if you hate EA and you don't want to support them, you should still be buying their indie games, because first off, they're breaking it down. The indie games, EA doesn't get money from them, which is really interesting.
It's just the publishing money.
They were saying they don't get a dime from A Way Out.
That's weird.
I didn't read the details, but they literally made that like very clear. Like EA doesn't make money off this game. So I think it's kind of like how Sony helped No Man's Sky kind of advertise to boost its.
Sure, but Sony gets is it 35% of all game sales? So
Yeah, I don't know how it works. IGN said that, so maybe they're lying. I don't know, but I read it and they said that specifically. But they're also saying that these small companies are uninvolved with EA's politics with like,
they're
Battlefront.
just indie developers.
Yeah.
EA
EA is a
lot
gateway
of
for them.
Big companies now have a department dedicated to helping indie developers.
Square Enix has one too,
Square, yeah, and they also have a crowd fund or sourcing section,
which I think is awesome.
Ubisoft does indie developed games as well. Child of Light, even though that was technically made by a big company, it was an
Child of
indie
Light
game.
was actually made by some people who worked on Far Cry.
Yeah.
Which is weird. And that Valiant Hearts or something like that was that French game during World War II. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
That was another one of the Ubisoft.
Yeah, so I mean, all these companies do this anyways, but and like you said, it isn't so much about the major company, because they're not overseeing these projects; they're just helping them get out the door.
Yeah.
So
I just thought for a corporate entity like IGN to be trying to look out for like for these games because they're good experiences that could be not getting. I'm not Englishing well right now. Not getting the attention they deserve because of EA's politics, and I completely agree. I mean, these games need to be played because the guys who made at least A Way Out. There's another game they mentioned too. They really fucking made a great game, great story, great everything. Everyone involved with that game deserves recognition, praise, all that shit. Your money. So yeah.
Yeah, and I know a couple of you guys sat with us through the majority of the stream as well, and so
I think fucking Psycho Scream was there the whole fucking time.
I think he missed a section.
Well, he fell asleep for like 20 minutes, but he came right back and he watched the end.
Yeah, he missed the hospital scene though.
Jeremy was there for a long time. Fucking
yeah, Jeremy at the end was like good or great game. I can't remember.
Yeah, he was like being quiet for a while, but he was there the whole time. And Almexai just disappeared. Didn't he take that piss that he was gone for days?
Yeah, it was that fucking like 4-hour piss.
Yeah, he's like, I got a piss, and then he was just gone for like 2 hours. And we're like, did he drown? Like, was he peeing up in the air and just looking at it, and he like a turkey and drowned? He's fine. He's doing fine.
Yeah.
He didn't get his pizza, but then he got it later. So, yeah. What else did I play? Because you're done.
I'm done. Yeah.
I played a game that Chris also played, Ni no Kuni II.
I bought it.
I'll be interested to hear what you say on this because I know originally you were saying you were kind of like meh about it before it came out, but you have it now, which is cool. I was excited to see you got it. I really fucking like it. A couple things that are, if you played the first Ni no Kuni, you'll notice in this one, Studio Ghibli is not necessarily involved with this anymore, and the art style has backed off a little bit. It's still absolutely influenced by it, but you can tell some of the design is a little more minimal and less exact, like Ni no Kuni was. Ni no Kuni looked like a fucking Studio Ghibli movie. And they've completely changed the gameplay. There's been some people who said like it feels kind of like Kingdom Hearts. I'm not a big Kingdom Hearts like player, so I don't know, but I do think it feels like a JRPG action RPG. I was gonna say action RPG, but you could say like Skyrim is an action RPG, and this feels more of an RPG that is actiony.
I say Nier would be an action RPG.
Yeah, well, this is more RPG-ish than Nier is.
That's what I'm saying.
opinion. Yeah, because
Nier's
there's
more
like
an action game.
Yeah, for sure. But I do really like the combat. In fact, for someone like me, and I don't mind menu based. I actually kind of love the nostalgia of that, but. This whole like renaissance of JRPGs and them kind of like modernizing combat. Not saying it's better or worse, but I like it. I love the music, the art style. The story is very minimal. That was one of the complaints I kept reading about. I don't know if I'd complain about it, but it's definitely minimal. It's enough to have a whimsical adventure with delightful characters, but I don't really see any like meat to it yet, and I don't think I will. But I do like the characters. There seems to be a good variety of them so far. I like the locales. I think the game's got fucking personality. Yeah, I'm really digging it. I can't wait for you to try it because I think you'll really like it.
Yeah, I have to be Persona 5 first. I can't. I'm not playing 2 fucking RPGs like that.
This is only like a 40-hour RPG though, which that was one of the reasons I bought it. Because I was like, I could do that. The game's like, that's 100 hours. I'm like, I don't know if I got 100 hours.
80 hours into Persona 5 right now.
I don't even know if I'll be alive in 100 hours, dog. Like, I got to fucking really pick and choose here. But yeah, I actually like it a lot. I think it's a really delightful game. In fact, Far Cry 5 came out. I've been loving the fuck out of it, and then kind of not loving it, and then going, whoa, I love this more than I did when I started playing it. But during that middle time where I was like, this is okay, I was like, man, I should play some fucking Kuni. I want to play some Kuni II. So even when I'm playing like my kind of game, a shooter, I was like, I want to play that RPG. So I like it. Chris.
I'm enjoying it, but what it's doing really well for me is it's taking a lot of elements from old 90s JRPGs and kind of mashing them all together, but in a way that's done well. It doesn't feel like it's just a weird amalgamation of RPGs. They put a good flow to it. And like you were saying, the story isn't robust like you'd expect from like a Final Fantasy when the story is like really deep and evolving, which is a little upsetting because that's kind of like what I look for in RPGs, a really deep story that kind of pulls you into it. It does feel very kind of light and fluffy and kind of cliche at the same time, but it doesn't detract from the overall enjoyment I get from playing the game. I do like the whole not having actual like random battles that you can kind of maneuver your way through if you're good enough. But it's fun so far. What I've played about 8 hours of it.
Yeah, I was about to say, the day you got it, I was at work, and like you were already pretty close to where I'm at in the game. But Far Cry 5 came out, so I stopped playing it. But so I mean, yeah, you were making some progress in the game. Yeah, it is interesting. It's funny you mentioned being able to like walk around enemies or whatever. Sometimes I'll do it and they just haul ass and grab me, and sometimes they lose interest. But one thing that there's a weird switch in the back of my brain that like this game turns on that like that Dreamcast RPGs did the same. It's really weird. I have a weird like Dreamcast RPG, like Skies of Arcadia. Fucking is that the name of that game from back in the day?
There's that one game called Evolution.
Evolution
feels really strongly in this game.
Yeah. There's a sense of like fun factor, less storyline, which I can understand why people would be like, I kind of want a stronger story. But it has like this this is just a fun RPG. Like just enjoy it, which I kind of dig. It's kind of refreshing because I do definitely when I do play RPGs, I want like Final Fantasy VII. I want a fucking story that I'm like, oh my god, they're all dead. But this is just like, I'm like, yeah, this is delightful, man. It's got a good charm to it. It's just there's nothing there that I'm gonna probably beat the game and go like, think about it. Like I beat Far Cry 5 and I was sitting there like fucking for like 2 hours just going like, holy shit. I was like, which is crazy. It's a first person shooter. I'm sitting there thinking about it afterwards. I'm not like, it was weird. But yeah. So you're digging it, but it's not fully grabbing you.
It's enjoyable, but it's not like something like compelling me to play it nonstop all the time.
Yeah. I feel that for sure. That's like when I was reading, people were like, "Oh," like at first I thought people were being a little harsh, so like, "Oh, it's got like no character progression, no fucking story." And I played the game and I was like, I get where they're coming from. I think they're being a little overly critical on it, but I mean, it's to each their own. Like if that's important to them, but I don't think they're wrong. I don't think I care as much. I bought it because I saw the gameplay and I was like, I want that. So it's easy to please me because that's what I went in for. But as like RPG fans, I'm sure people going in there like, I want a deep, solid RPG, play it, and they're like, yeah, it's all right. Because no one said it was bad. Just people are like, storyline's meh. So, which I can get behind.
Yeah.
That's all I've played. So, what have you been playing?
Kuni II. I've been playing a lot of Vermintide too. Waiting for the first DLC to come out. They just announced it. Well, they just announced that they're working on it, and that there's going to be like a season pass.
Oh, I'll buy that.
The game. And last couple days, I've been playing a lot of Warframe again.
I saw that.
Which is me, you, and Josh played when Plains of Eidolon came out a little bit, and I was kind of hoping we keep playing it. I mean, we just didn't because for the same reason I don't play anything for too long. But like, but yeah, where was he talking about that? Oh, on Discord, you were saying that you were playing Warframe. I was like, man, I could play Warframe. Isn't Zephyr Prime or who's
Yep,
Prime?
Zephyr Prime's out.
I need that. Zephyr's like one of my favorites. So.
Zephyr Prime, I think Tiburon Prime gun
Really?
with it. Yeah.
I feel like they should have done that one already. That's weird. That thing's been out forever.
Mm-hmm.
You used it like way long time ago.
I used it a lot.
Yeah.
It was, it's because I think that was the first weapon I like built when we came back to Warframe.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to remember which one. No, maybe that was the one I bought. I can't remember. Because when we started, we went ahead and just said screw it and bought a frame and primary, secondary, and melee weapons, just to kind of try the game out, not with all the beginner stuff. So I think it was the Tiburon I ended up getting, and the Acmagus or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Anything worth noting in progress in that game? Do anything cool? We're just kind of doing the same shit.
I finished the Harrow storyline. Technically finished it because you have to make a room fragment, so you get your own personal room now on the ship.
I don't have time for this crap, man.
There's a lot to that game. Last time we played it, I was just running around. I was like, fuck, there's a bunch of shit you can do now, like more so than before. I can make my own weapons.
Fishing.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now they're going to be adding more weapons in the next open world area. It seems like you're going to be able to make a gun now. I'm like, fuck, dude. Can't handle this shit. And then, what's his name? Steve Sinclair, where the fuck?
Programmer.
Yeah, on Twitter, he was showing off their new sun lighting. Mm-hmm. Did you see that?
I did.
I like how he was like old, stupid, or dumb Steve lighting.
Trick lighting,
yeah. And the new blah, blah, blah lighting. It does look way better. I just think that guy's so critical of himself.
Oh, he's bad.
All the fucking time.
I remember when they
Steve, you do great. You're great.
Yeah.
If you ever watch this, you're awesome.
I remember right after he played Uncharted 4, and he like saw the lighting in that, and then shortly after that, he started experimenting with trying to copy that lighting, and then all of a sudden, the lighting in the entire game got redone.
Yep.
Every time I see that guy talk or do anything, I feel like he's looking at everything in life as a programmer and like trying to like decipher the code so he can replicate it. Like he's like a beautiful mind or something like that with one of those fucking clear fucking windows with the marker, like everything. He's always just talking about like, oh, he did this thing and this is just stupid programmer stuff, and he just goes into it. And I'm just like, it's interesting. That's literally all you talk about. I mean, like you are really into this, which is great because he does a good job.
Have to be though.
Yeah,
game like that.
A lot of dudes like that are like that. Like John Carmack, who was with id for the longest time. That guy's personality is fucking almost non-existent. He's as weird as you would assume he'd be, just because like he's a fucking he makes engines for video games.
Stares at symbols and shit all day.
Yeah. Apparently likes cars. That's cool, but
apparently also likes VR because he stopped working for id.
It's the future, dude.
He's been there for how fucking long?
He's working on the future of not just games but life. So it's an important thing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the singularity. That's my topic. I'm about to make a whole new fucking podcast just for that shit. I'm gonna just talk about crazy shit every day with my tinfoil hat. Yeah, Warframe. Anything else?
You guys should finish the story up to now because I want to talk about it, but I don't want to spoil it.
Okay.
And this happens like all the time. Like someone plays a game, like someone needs to beat it. So.
Dude, that's what's me in Far Cry 5 right now. I'm like, people beat it. I need to talk about the fucking ending.
Well, it's like, Josh, when he beat I think it was the second playthrough in Nier, he's like, how far are you? I was like,
he asked you? He normally just tells me.
And then he was
starts talking. I'm like, spoiler. He's like, well, it's not really spoiler. I'm like, that's one of the main fucking things you do in the game. He's like, well, you don't care. I'm like, thanks. I'm glad you dictate that.
But yeah.
Sometimes he says that. I'm like, you're right. I don't care. But every once in a while I do.
It's usually what I start with. I don't want to spoil it for you. And if they go, oh, I don't care, then But I'm not gonna just be like, I want to tell you about this. I don't care. Like,
yeah, I'm typically the same. Unless it's like minimal shit that doesn't matter, then I'll just fucking blurt it out. I don't give a shit. Anything else?
No.
No, nothing.
I got lucky on Final Fantasy Bravery Exvius. Like within 7 minutes of the new banner pulling, I got the most rainbow unit out of it.
The rarest unit. So that just came out. So
Chevy and Chris have this language that they call Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, and they like to talk in that language. And a lot of times they'll look at me and they'll talk to me in this language, and I pretend like I understand. I'm like, and then because I see it makes them happy when they talk. They're like, "Yay!" But I'm just like,
he had a 3% chance and he got it. So no language there. That's just math. So
I don't speak math. I'm bad at it.
You understand what 3% is.
Let us know in the comments. Do you understand math? And if you do, how good are you at it? Tell me. I'm curious about that. Also, do you play Brave Exvius? Because I really don't know anybody that plays it, but apparently it's doing well. Because fucking
30 million downloads.
Fuck.
They just did a celebration event for it. So
celebrate Brave Exvius. Come on.
and it has to be doing fine because Square just showed off that they don't mind killing their games because King's Knight
Jesus.
is less than a year old and it's being shut down. So
I've not even heard of it, so fucking au revoir.
King's Knight was one of their older games, and then they make mention to it a lot in 15. They all play it together on their phones, and then so they made an actual phone game of it. Which
Is that
like,
horse shit fucking tower defense game?
No.
That one pisses me off. I'll play
Versus
something
vendors.
or an advertisement will pop up, and fucking the advertisement is like highlighting a tower, and it's like drag it over. I'm like, I don't want to. It's like drag it over.
Yeah, I don't even
Oh.
know.
I'm like, dude, fucking, you're an ad. Like, get out of my way. And it's like, no, play the game. Drag it over.
Final Fantasy 15 mobile game.
Yeah, and then I move it over, and it's like, you want to download this? I'm like,
Oh.
no.
You're talking about the one made by the fucking people who make that. Oh God, Kate Upton was in the fucking commercials.
Something about war.
Yeah.
Cheeseburger place.
Anyways, yeah, they made that game, and it doesn't surprise me that it's a fucking mess because it's just designed to make money. So.
It might be a dope ass game, but
No,
their advertising's
I
stupid.
played it for a while. It's
And their weird CGI, like, kind of looks like Noctis, kind of looks like shit CGI videos where he's running with a bunch of weird people. I'm like, this is a bastardization. This should be illegal.
yeah, it's super bad.
Especially making me play your game as an ad. Fucking,
No,
give me an X. Let me skip
King's
that
Knight's
shit.
an action game where you can play with up to 4 people and you run through dungeons until you get to the boss and then you beat the bosses. So
Never even heard of it.
yeah, well,
That sounds interesting.
it's dead. So
Rest in peace. Let us know in the comments. What have you guys been playing? Have you played Far Cry 5? What do you think of it? Have you played some Ni no Kuni? Yeah, what are you playing in general? Let us know. So we have 3 videos we're going to watch, unless I'm skipping anything. I don't think I am.
I think you got
I
it.
think
Yeah.
we're on schedule, kind of. This is going a little long. Yeah, so we got 3 videos we're going to be watching. You probably saw it in the thumbnail, or at least the title. First video being Spyro the Dragon Reignited trilogy has been finally confirmed. It's been talked about for a while. And there is a trailer for it. It's a quick teaser, but I thought it'd be more interesting to watch IGN's rendition of it, where they take the new trailer and put it next to the original footage or the original gameplay of the original game from 1998 to 2018. So what, fucking 20 years.
Yep.
Which is insane. I'm old.
A lot of things turned 20 this year. Like
yeah.
Cowboy Bebop.
Talking
Yeah.
about old.
That shit was fucking crazy too. Cowboy Bebop's been out for 20 years.
Yep.
What the fuck is going on?
Life.
Oh man. Okay. Spyro. Anyway. Yeah. And in case you didn't play it, Spyro was a game that came out for PlayStation. It's a platformer made by the same guys who I believe made. Oh shit. What was the other platformer they made? It's Insomniac.
I don't think it is.
They made something else.
This is not Insomniac. I'm pretty sure this is Sony's.
I saw a thing earlier that said that these guys made one of those other really big games back in the day. Let us know in the comments which one I'm trying to fucking
Just look it
muster up.
You can
But,
still tell us in the comments, but I'm going to look it up.
Well, let's watch the video first.
Okay.
Okay. So you ready, Chris?
Yes.
Okay. So Spyro the Dragon Reignited trailer comparison video. We're gonna watch this in 3, 2, 1, and go. There's a huge difference.
I can't tell the difference. Which is which?
The right one is the old one.
Oh, gotcha.
The pixelated one is the new mobile version. Looks fantastic. Same slick moves, baby. Wow, it's actually a pretty good remaster. I mean, that looks like almost a brand new game.
Yeah.
It's cool. I'm really liking the trend right now where you're getting like 3 of these original games now, and they're not even like the original version. It's like a remaster version because the Crash Bandicoot trilogy I wanted to get too. All right, that was very, very brief. Full screen, please go away. All right, what do we think of it?
I think it looks like it's very respectfully remastered. Actually, it looks just like the old game, obviously in style, not in actual.
The locations look the same,
yeah,
which is cool.
It's it looks cool. I never played Spyro though, so I don't get a whole lot from this other than just like the visual stuff. For I recognize him obviously. I know that the game's popular and a lot of people liked it. And seeing them side by side, it's cool to see that it looks like they took the care. So
yeah, I agree. I did play the first Spyro. Didn't play any of them after that. I wasn't particularly into it back then, but I did know a lot of people who liked it. I do kind of want to pick this up if it's a decent price, like $40. Even 60 for 3 games, pretty good. Just because it will be neat to, I guess for me, first time playthrough all 3 of them because I never did. I think they did do a really good job. They look great visually. I mean, like if you got rid of the old game and just released those as games, I think you could sell them as like modern games pretty much the way they look. I don't know if the humor or the mechanics will translate, but they might have updated them. I don't know. It looks cool. It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
real quick, Chris, sorry. I didn't look up all the Spyros. I just looked up the first one. The first one was made by Insomniac. So.
Yeah, I'm right.
I like...
I was waiting for Chris' reaction. That delayed reaction was great.
What did you think of the video?
He almost looked disgusted. Jesus Christ, listen to him.
All right. My brother played a lot of the Spyro games. I think he played all of them. And I kind of watched it through them. It looks, like you said, a very well done. Basically taking the old game and upscaling the graphics on it. I really hope that they stick with a lot of the when they redo like games like when they redid Secret of Mana, they updated the music and the sound effects, but they were still close enough to the original that it didn't like take you out of it. It was just kind of like a nice upgrade of it. And I hope they do that as well with all the dialogue and all the sound effects, because some of the sound effects are really like they're very old school, but they're important. I mean, like the monks on one of the levels, they just go, why, I just hope they still do that.
One of my favorite, not sound effects, but like voices from an old game was Conker's Bad Fur Day. In the multiplayer, there was these cavemen. And like there's like all these mini games. God, that game was so good. That you had like go steal these eggs from a T-Rex or whatever, and they all were like, "Do wicked, do wicked, do wicked." Just like they're just like making these stupid noises while jumping with eggs and shit. And this T-Rex is throwing them around and shit. And they're fucking just. And for the longest time, like I was a kid, I just loved that, and I still remember it. Just that stupid noise. So I kind of feel you on that. Nostalgic, hopefully they keep that in thing. Yeah. Anything else? Anybody think they might buy it? I might. And that's weird for me.
Honestly, probably not.
Yeah.
Huh?
I might buy it for Frank.
Yeah. Relive those old days of I almost said dragon slaying. That'd be kind of weird. Play a game where you just kill them. Let us know in the comments. What do you think about Spyro coming back out? Do you think it looks cool? Do you think it looks like shit? You see those pixels? Looks awful. Am I right? And are you gonna pick it up? Next video we got lined up is the new seasonal mission for Overwatch Retribution, which is part of their new archive system or archive storytelling. I guess they already did one for, and Blizzard fanboys, if you happen to be in this video and I say something that's not correct, let me know, because I'm not an expert on this, but I do like Overwatch. They have this thing where they're doing like past stories of Overwatch that are these seasonal things. They did one with Tracer already. I forgot what it's called. I think it's like Redemption or something like that. I don't remember. But yeah, so this new one, you're going to be playing in a 4-player cooperative storyline, I guess, as specific characters during a pivotal time in early Overwatch lore. So, did either of you play that?
The last one, if I recall, right, that was like going back in the past was the Omnic Crisis, I believe. And so it's like Tracer's first mission. And
Yeah.
It's got Reinhardt, Torbjorn, Mercy, and Tracer.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, yeah. I played that one a lot. It was rough.
It was rough?
Yeah, because you only have set characters, and most of them are defensive characters. You got Tracer, who's the main DPS, and you're squishy as all get out. But there's huge waves of enemies coming at you of all different types. There's even an enemy that's a big bomb that you've got to blow up before it gets close enough to the cart. But it was fun.
Was it cool, like in storytelling? Does it really do anything, or was it just like more gameplay? Because this one seems more story driven. I know the what's his face, fucking Jeff Kaplan or whatever his name is. He was saying that they want to start telling. Fans are saying that they want more story from the game, which I can kind of get behind. What they originally released for Overwatch is great, but now that the platform is already like Overwatch and people love it, it would be cool for them to start rolling out nuggets of storytelling. That the game, you can play it already against people or whatever, but to have these like individual sections of lore and storytelling, I think is really cool. I'm glad they're doing it.
It is really nice to know, like, kind of like what was going on during the Omnic Crisis, because they talk about it a lot, but you don't really, unless you like read the comic books they put out or things like that. There's not a lot of it in, like, as far as I can find, in the game itself outside of that event.
Yeah. So let's watch the video. And you ready? All right. 3, 2, 1, and go.
All right, Gabriel. Start from the beginning. We arrived in the Venice safe house and set up surveillance on the manor. We executed our plan under cover of darkness.
I'm Moira.
You sure you want to hear about this, Jack? You haven't left me much choice. Whatever happened to plausible deniability? A little late for that.
Looks cool.
Tell me what
This is about
actually
Blackwatch.
happened. Well, Jack, that's one hell of a story. Everyone through the breach. We're getting out of here. We need to head to the extraction point right away.
So much for keeping a low profile.
At least they gave some effort towards him looking tactical while still looking like a cowboy.
Someone deal with that assassin.
Keep your distance from her. Feels like
Now, are these new like models? These enemies?
I've never seen them before.
Okay. I haven't played Overwatch since pretty much its release, so, and I dabble every once in a while.
What about you? Anything to add? Where do you want me to start?
Interesting. So the only new skin you got out of that was the Moira skin.
Which I keep seeing advertised.
The Reaper one was that was from like the collector's edition, I think. The McCree and the Genji one were from the last of the Omnic event, I believe, if I recall right. And then the Moira, like I said, is the only new one that they showcased there, which I'm sure they're going to add a bunch of other ones.
Yeah.
And I doubt you'll be able to get the Reaper one unless you have the collector's edition or means to get it. But that looked really cool.
Yeah. What'd you think, Chevy?
It was all right.
I didn't think. Thanks for asking.
I mean, I dabble in Overwatch, so as far as like what I've played now with them doing their cooperative events and whatnot, I don't really expect a whole lot, to be honest. I expect it to be pretty straightforward, just fighting waves of enemies, and hopefully you survive the entire thing. I mean, that's pretty much all the what was that, Junkenstein, and then you were talking about there was a bomb or whatever in the last event, but it still was pretty much just seems like running forward. I don't know. I don't really get any excitement for Overwatch. Like, the game just doesn't. We've talked about it before. It doesn't have the hook. It doesn't keep me in. I think it plays well. It's a great looking game. It does everything well that it's trying to do. It doesn't have anything to keep me invested in it, and so I just kind of have let a lot of it just kind of.
Yeah. I'm on the same page. I do think it's really cool looking, though. I do like that they do this, and I do like that they are not only trying to put out more story-based stuff, but also that they have a name for it, meaning they probably have like a plan of the next ones they're going to be doing, since they're calling archives. I'm sure they got a bunch of them planned out now, which probably means we'll be getting more of this. But yeah, like, is it going to get me to play it? Only if I hear amazing things. Yeah. Other than that, I'm not necessarily going to go run and play it. I don't play the game regularly in any way. In fact, I thought it was really interesting. I saw this on Twitter. That's why I was like, oh shit, we should watch that. But in the comments, and it was Kotaku's Twitter, so everybody, including Kotaku, is negative. So like, it's just a cesspool. People just going, fuck you, fuck this, I hate everything. And everybody in there was like, people still play this? And people are like, man, I didn't know people played this game. And people are like, dude, I remember when I used to play that still. And somebody else is like, well, it's pretty much only 13-year-olds now. I was like, damn, what happened? Is that a real thing? Or,
I don't think so.
I don't believe that for a fucking second. Blizzard? Any Blizzard game? People are done with? When? I can't think of a fucking Blizzard game nobody's playing right now. Even the originals, like.
Yeah, even StarCraft 2 is still being like played like
fucking
religiously.
StarCraft is still being played. Warcraft is still being played.
Diablo 2.
Yeah, I was like, is how's that possible for a Blizzard game? Like, I'm not even a huge Blizzard fanboy, but like, Blizzard has one of the most dedicated, just like fucking Valve has one of the most dedicated fan bases. The idea of anybody just being like, well, I'm done with this shit. Only 13-year-olds play it. Like, I was just like, that can't be real.
Yeah,
but a lot of people were saying it.
It's not real. Just people on Twitter doing what they do.
I know people still play Overwatch. So it's weird. But like I said, it's Kotaku's fucking Twitter and their comments. And like I said, it's unreal how much people are just like, I can't do good in this game, so they need to make the game easier. 6 reasons why their fucking game sucks. I'm like, okay, whatever. Anyway, Chris, what's your thoughts? I know you said it looked cool.
It does look cool, and I'm curious as the backstory of Blackwatch, because again, it's one of those like hush things in the Overwatch lore. And if I heard correctly in the video, they're fighting against Talon agents.
I think that's what they said, yeah.
Which is interesting because Widowmaker works for Talon as we know it now, as does Moira, I believe, and Reaper are all Talon agents, and Sombra. But I'm curious to see those like special units, like the assassin and the minigun guy, could possibly be new like characters in the future, because they seem to put a lot of work into their character models.
The one on the wall, yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting.
And it's pure speculation, obviously, but there was at one point a sniper that showed up, and I kind of suspected that might be Widowmaker, or at least that, maybe that's like the same
the costume
category.
she gets.
Well, it might not even necessarily be her, but it could.
Well, my first thought is like that's Widowmaker, but then I was like, is that her model just reskinned? Perhaps.
Probably, and I was after I said it, I was thinking as well that if it's an organization, it could just be one of many of the snipers at that point.
Yeah. I was just thinking on like the development level of it, like why you'd see similarities.
Well, and two of the people you mentioned were in the group you play, so I imagine by the end of the mission you find out that they're fucking switching sides, or they have been on that side or whatever. So. Yeah. Stuff, things.
Anything else?
Forgive my ignorance.
Forgive all of our ignorance. Even Chris, somebody who does play the game. Blizzard fans, we don't mean to offend you. Please keep it civil. And if we didn't know about something, let us know about it. Don't be like, these guys think they fucking know everything. They don't know shit. That happened a couple times in the WoW video, which I thought was really weird. To presume that we thought we were experts. We're not experts on shit. Let us know in the comments, what are you an expert on? And also, what do you think about Overwatch Retribution? Did you play the last Tracer one? What did you think of that one? What are you hoping to get out of this? It's coming out soon, the 10th.
I bet you Keith's excited.
Well, I bet. And let us know why, Keith. And yeah. Next video. I lost track of what the hell I was doing in my life. Next video is Monster Hunter World. We haven't watched anything on it in a while because it's been out and a lot of the stuff's been pretty straightforward. Most of the videos that have come out lately have been like tutorials for people who don't know what they're doing, so don't want to insult you guys with those or ourselves. But there is the Spring Blossom event that I believe started today. So make sure to check that out. I'll actually be playing again for that because I want to check that out. But there is the Wyvern Ignition Greatsword that is coming out as well, and Rocket Sword, and we got gameplay and breakdown of that via RX Gaming, an old friend, and yeah, let's watch it. So yeah, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Hey guys, Paradise here. So RX is away, but today
I'll say
over on the
who?
Monster Hunter Twitch channel, there was an official live stream done by Sox, the EU community manager, and he was showing off some of the new Spring Blossom event content, the Ignition Greatsword. And in this live stream, I've recorded some footage where we can actually see
I love that it has its
stats
own
for the Greatsword, as
animations.
well as the amazing
Yeah, they need to do a
animations
lot
for this
more of that.
community
Fucking A.
designed weapon that's now going to be added into Monster Hunter World. And let me tell you, the stats for this weapon are very, very impressive.
Oh my God,
This weapon's going to be
Poogie!
available from April 6th to April 19th. It's going to be a limited time
So from
event
today
quest
till
that
the
you're going to
19th,
complete
so
called
got
Every
some
Hunter's
time.
Dream. It is a HR8 and higher quest where you have to kill all monsters. We don't know how many times you're going to have to do this quest to get the weapon. I'm assuming several times, as past events indicate that you have to run them a few times to collect several materials to actually build the weapon. But let's look at these stats for this greatsword. When you're looking at these stats, do consider that the set that Sox is wearing in this live stream does give him 3 levels in Handicraft, which does take it to white sharpness. We're not sure how many levels of Handicraft is needed to push it into white, but definitely 3 is going to get it into that white sharpness threshold.
Nice.
And remember, there's no buffs or attack decorations in this that are adjusting the attack value, so we're actually getting quite a good look at the raw stats of this greatsword just before it's released. So here we can see that you're going to have to make the weapon and then upgrade it. You get 2 augmentation slots, which is really, really nice. It has 1008 inflated attack value. Its sharpness looks like it very quickly goes down to the different colours,
What
but
rank
it
is
can
it?
reach white, as this
7?
set does
Yeah.
have some handicraft in it to push it into white. It has minus
So it's got
15%
good stats
affinity,
for a fucking
which I
rank
feel like is
7.
going to be very easily countered with weakness exploit. It has hidden fire element,
Yeah, it
which is
does.
incredibly important because while that is a lot of
Because
fire
for a split
damage,
second I thought it was
the fact
8,
that it's hidden
but,
means that you can
yeah.
use non-element boost, giving it that nice increase in damage. And it has 2 level 1 decoration slots, and this is pretty nice. A level 2 would have been a little bit nicer, but I won't complain for 2 level 1s. I really do think that this is going to give
$1 million
the
bucks would be nicer,
and the
dog.
Jagras Greatsword a run
I'm
for its
hoping.
money for the top Greatsword. I also think that if you look at the animations for this, when you're doing those charge attacks, it is no doubt the best looking Greatsword in the game.
yeah.
So definitely make sure you do
Yeah,
not
it's
miss
cool as
out
shit.
Just
on
sucks
this
when I
great
make
sword,
this
as
thing
will
and never
only be
use it, though, 'cause
available for a limited time.
Oh, if I make
But
it,
if
I'm
you
gonna
do
use
miss
it
I'm
for
sure it'll
sure.
I
come
like the
back
Greatsword.
in the future. So I'm going to leave you guys with
We
some
got the
gameplay
rockets
from
with
the
it. At least like
livestream.
you'll
It's
feel
Sox, the
powerful when
EU
you're hitting
community
shit.
manager for Capcom playing
All I
with
can
the
think
new
of is
Wyvern
Reinhardt.
Ignition Impact.
Yeah, a little bit.
Greatsword. I hope
All
you
I
enjoyed
can
this
think
video.
of
Let me know in
is
the comments what
fucking
you
Battle
thought
Angel.
Yep.
of these stats for this weapon and if you're excited for it.
Anytime I think
Make
of
sure
any
to
weapon
subscribe
with
for more
rockets on it,
content
I
like
always
this,
go
and I'll
back
see
to
you
that.
guys next time.
Guys know when he's gonna turn up.
What was the event quest for?
Oh, I thought that guy was just kind of trailing off. I'm like, that's not very professional, dude. Well, yeah, and then I was
Meal vouchers or
Yeah, I think it's meal vouchers or something.
I'm not too sure actually.
boom.
Gonna have to tell your brother.
Oh yeah,
Does he
he'll
use
want
that?
this for
That's his
sure.
weapon.
He's stunned, mate. Oh,
Be surprised if you didn't even know, or does it not keep up?
so many.
No, he hasn't been keeping up with things.
I'll say he's probably too busy doing Fortnite and PUBG.
Ah!
'Cause he does play both.
He plays
PUBG.
both?
Yeah.
Gotta pick one, dog.
Cool.
What'd you say, Chris?
Alright, mate.
All the PUBG.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, Dace released,
new
or
map.
gonna be releasing a new map. Yeah, I'd like to
Apparently
try
it's really
it.
good.
Yeah, people complain about the second one.
Probably made sure that this one was gonna be good then.
Yeah, well, especially with Fortnite taking all the fucking
broken.
attention, they got to do something. Not that they're in danger, but they are in danger of, you know, losing relevance if they don't stay
Competitive.
cool. Yeah,
Oh, rip.
that's a better word.
Oh, right. And that is how you hunt people.
Makes life so much easier.
You guys pretty much got the gist of this.
Yeah.
Do we got to keep watching this?
No.
Rather use the fucking thing.
There we go.
Nearly 400 raw.
All right. So, what did we think?
I mean, we saw it before. It was cool to see the stats.
Yeah, that was pretty much the reason I wanted to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, it means kind of like I said earlier, I'm not a huge fan of it, so it doesn't mean a whole lot to me. I'm gonna literally be buying it as a trophy to occasionally like bring out, and be like, ah, this is neat, and then that's it. But yeah, no, it's cool. I if anything, it gets me excited for future weapons because that's literally the only weapon I've used in the game that I don't like so far. So
Really?
yeah,
Huh.
I even been like dabbling with the hunting horn lately, and that's starting to click for me.
Dabbling mean rocking out?
I
Chris
try
fucking
to,
shreds.
but you'll be sitting there, the monster don't give a crap about you, and all of a sudden you're like, huh? And the monster's like, no.
Oh, that game's really bad about. I need to do something important. The game's like,
Not
You
today.
healing over there? I'm gonna stop this fight real quick. I'm gonna be right over there in a sec.
I know this guy's punching me in the face right now, but fuck you.
Yeah, I'm in a heated battle right now, but I see you over there bandaging up. I can't be having that around here.
It's fine. I love the game.
Yeah, Chris.
I've never really used greatswords in any of the games, but
Wow.
I'm glad to know that they are listening to the community because for a while there, a lot of people were complaining about how weapons weren't very like varied in appearance, and it seems like the last couple of weapons, like with all the Devilio weapons and now this one, they've really listened to the community. Like the weapons look very unique, very much like the inspired monsters they come from. Even the hunting horn, the sounds from it were its own unique set of sounds. So it's nice to see that they're listening to everybody and pumping out more content that is unique and fun and intriguing looking.
Definitely. You guys pretty much said what I would say, but I agree 100% with the. I was fine with the weapon variety before, but I mean, like if we're gonna be getting stuff like that really is unique and really kind of like stands on its own, like almost like an event. Like they are events, but like you look back, you're like, hey, remember when that came out, or I have this from that thing. Things that really just stand out. More is better for sure. I think they've been doing a great job releasing stuff for this game already. I mean, the game hasn't been out for that long, and they've already released a bunch of stuff. I can't wait to see the next monster they release. That'll be cool. But this thing's really awesome. It does suck that it's a weapon I'm not really particularly a huge fan of, but I will use it just because I like the way it looks. But yeah, give me a bug glaive, insect glaive. Cool one with rockets that I could sit on like a witch broom and fly around. I can dream.
I mean, it's possible. It's also nice to see that these weapons aren't just kind of like, you know, useless weapons. That this one actually has like its usable stats on it. It's not just kind of like a costume weapon.
Well,
Because they've done that before.
That was yeah. And a lot of games will do that. They'll release a game that, or not game, a weapon or something like that, a piece of content that looks cool, but then you use it and it's like for like mid, like way through the game. For like people who are just getting into it or not very far into it, they get it. It's excited for them. But like for the people who have been playing it a shitload, it comes out and we're like, well, that's cool looking, but we can't really use it. Or maybe it'd be too OP and like it would unbalance the game.
Yeah, well, it works great for Chris. Chris is the type of person like in MMOs, like you start talking about event items, he's like, hold on a second, he runs to his bank real quick, and all of a sudden he comes out and he looks like this fucked up mascot of different shit on.
I've seen him do that a million times. As soon as we start talking about anything, he's like, I got that, and he just has it on all of a sudden. I'm like, where'd you? I didn't even see you leave. He's had it in his back pocket the whole time.
He just comes out, he's like, well, there's my Wiggler helmet and my fucking rocket sword, and
pretty sure at all times he has one of those tearaway suits on, and underneath is the costume or the fuck you're already talking about. He's fucking,
and then you say another one. They're all tearaway.
And then his weapon he unwraps like a fucking present.
Yeah, that was mostly what I was referring to. You running off to the bank real quick, and all of a sudden you're just wearing a bunch of shit. Like you look ridiculous, but they're all event items.
I don't want to miss out. I feel like if I don't collect all the event items, I'm missing out on something.
Oh no, I get it. I've been doing all the Monster Hunter ones so far just to have. I don't even use them, even though I am half tempted to make a set that uses the Wiggler head and uses the Kulu head. I was actually trying to match some armor with the Kulu head last time we were playing. So
yeah, I didn't get the Kool-Aid head, but apparently it's gonna come back out.
That's what Josh said.
That's what. Yeah, which I'm gonna get pissed if he was wrong. Because the only reason I didn't grab it is because he's like, well, it'll come back in like a day, and I was like, that doesn't make sense. But if you say so.
Well, the spring event is supposed to bring back all previous special event hunts.
Yeah, that's what Josh said too. But it's weird to me that they would have that event and then like literally have a thing come out like the day after. Yeah, it ends. That's like a really weird design. But if it's true, cool, because that's the only event I haven't done yet. So.
Yep. And now you have to get the sword too.
And the Bumblebee costume.
I was like, wait, there's a fucking sword? But you're talking about what?
The Bumblebee costume for the pig?
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah.
And I don't know if it's something you get in game or if it's going to be in the store, but there was a new dance they showed off and it was really cool.
The one that like there's a group of people doing? Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. That takes me back to fucking Phantasy Star, man. Just groups of people all like synchronized fucking.
Dude, I used to do it in Final Fantasy 14.
Doing fucking dumb dances that I love so much.
Oh, man. So, yeah. I want to go play that, so.
So you're telling me to end the show?
Let's end it.
All right, well, that's gonna do it, guys. Well, I'll see you later. Fucking meet you in the Discord. But yeah, let us know in the comments. What do you think about the new Ignition sword thing with the rockets? Are you excited for it? Are you excited for the Spring Blossom event? I'm sure you will be playing it since it's out now. And Monster Hunter World in general. What are you hoping to see soon? What kind of weapons do you want to see come out? What kind of monsters you want to see come out? I know we talk about that a lot, but maybe your mind's changed. Maybe you didn't fucking have a chance to say it last time. Let us know everything that you're thinking about in the comments down below. Everything. Talk to us in the Discord as well. But that's going to do it for this episode 58 of the Taste Cast. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this episode. Make sure to check out our other episodes. Check us out on Tumblr, Twitter, and Facebook at Tasty Loot Gaming. Check out the streams on Twitch at Tasty Senpai, all one word. And make sure to hit the notification button so you know when I go live. Make sure to check out Chris on Twitch, Tasty_fruit. And yeah, my name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
And I'm Chris.
Until next episode, which will be next Tuesday, Tasty Tuesday, and a review coming soon, I hope, for Far Cry 5. Make sure to beat that. Have a great weekend, guys, and take it easy. Do it! Every time you say that, it sounds like you're just going, why I oughta? Why I